What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to tonight's stream. I'm your host, Craig, and as always, this is the Anfield Agenda YouTube channel. I hope you are all keeping well. I don't know why I even say it's the YouTube channel, by the way. I mean, it's fucking obvious. It's hardly Twitter, is it? But anyway, welcome to everybody. I can see a few people in the chat already. We've just finished up the watch along of the Dortmund Spurs game, and my God, did we pick the wrong game to do a watch along of. Congratulations to Ajax. Congratulations to Ajax. Congratulations to Ajax. To go over to Madrid, and did it finish 4-1? I mean, either way, they bitch slapped Madrid in their own backyard, so congratulations to them. Congratulations to Spurs on grinding out a 1-0 win, a deserved 1-0 win away at Dortmund, which put them through 4-0 in aggregate as well. Look, guys, great to see you all in already. The chat is starting to fill up. The dirty pricks are gone, said Jimmy W. The dirty pricks are gone. Manny Gaming, how are you? I like the icon, mate. It's nice and bright. John Hamilton, how are you, sir? LFC till I die. Ted Hutton, Azzy, Tom Boland, Brad Underachiever. That's a class name, mate. Liz Golden, Luke Mason. How are we, guys? Back to talking about Liverpool. This is just much more. Kev, you're in as well, mate. How are you, sir? Always a pleasure to have Kev in. Back to talking about Liverpool, which is normal. I mean, it's great doing Champions League watch-alongs and all, but, you know, it's much more fun for me to talk about Liverpool. Hello from Germany as well. Sina, how are you, sir? Connor's in. Peter Moran's in as well. Liverpool will win, I hope. As do I, Peter, mate. As do I. Yeah, Ted Hutton's going whoop whoop. I've never thought I'd see so many people happy for Madrid to get knocked out. All we need now is a little image of if anyone's seen Friday, Smokey from Friday going, Ramos, you got knocked the fuck out. That was absolutely brilliant from Ajax. That was the cheesiest thing I've probably ever said on a stream right there, but I don't care. I'm so happy. Well done, Ajax. Well done indeed to Ajax. Right, guys, we have a lot to get through in what's going to be a very, very busy hour as always tonight. Real are an embarrassment, said AJ. Captain Muslim, South African Scouser, how are you, sir? We were talking on the other stream as well. Always great to have you in. Too good to be Tommy G. What has Shaqiri done? We'll get to it, don't worry. We'll get to it, mate. Shaqiri himself has done absolutely nothing, mate. That's not what the title says. The title is about Jurgen Klopp's treatment of Sheridan Shaqiri. Shaqiri's done nothing. Jason X, how are you, sir? From Denmark, great to have you in. Graham Holmes, be nice if Madrid fans came here for sympathy. They'd be fucking lacking, mate. They wouldn't be getting too much. October's in as well. How are you, October? Always great to see you. Rest in fucking shit, Real Madrid. Can Liverpool still win the league? Of course, Anna. Of course. They're only 1 point behind with 9 games to go. It's all to play for. All the Ramos memes will be online now, said John Hamilton. Hello from Brazil, Anna, as well. Lovely to have you in. What else we got? I'd love Ajax. I'd love to meet Ajax in the quarterfinals. What a team, said Jack's Page. I mean, it's one of the biggest results in Europe in the past few years, isn't it? Congratulations to Ajax. Oh, that's tremendous. What a result should motivate the squad nicely, said Sean Eason. Craig, what did you make of Stan Collymoore's comments? I didn't see them, Azzy. Please do let me know what they were, though. Right, guys, let's talk about it. I'll wait for your comments, mate, because I will read them out, Azzy, if you can put them in for me. Never a fan of signing a player based in the good World Cup, said AJ. Right, anyway, the title of tonight's stream, as you can see, is about Jurgen Klopp's treatment of Sheridan Shaqiri, and it says that Jurgen Klopp has been slated or lambasted, I'm not sure what word we used, for his treatment. Well, this comes from former Liverpool player Steve Nicol, who's had a go at Jurgen Klopp over his treatment of Sheridan Shaqiri. Nicol said, I'd love to know what Shaqiri has done wrong. I can't believe that Origi started. I can't believe that Origi started out wide, and I can't believe that after taking him off, he put on Adam Lallana before he put Shaqiri on. I'm absolutely bamboozled at what he's done wrong. I thought he should have brought Shaqiri on against United, but instead he brings Daniel Sturridge on. What do you guys think? Has Steve Nicol got a fair point here? Is Sheridan Shaqiri being underutilised by Jurgen Klopp? I'm not going to say that he's being mishandled by Jurgen Klopp, because I believe that's far too harsh on our manager. But I would love to know your thoughts on the whole Shaqiri incident. We know he's been coming back from an abductor tear or an abductor injury, so we do have to take that into account as well. As AJ said a moment ago, he's never a fan of signing a player based on a good World Cup. Right, where have we got? Shaqiri hasn't played well after the United game, said Pragmaverts. I've never been a fan of Shaqiri starting games at Liverpool, and I know that sounds weird, but he's always seemed a bit more impressive coming off the bench. But even at that, as Pragmaverts has said, he hasn't played that well recently. Shaqiri's a playmaker and attacking midfielder, said Liverpool Football Club. I'm just happy Ramos ain't progressing, said John Hamilton. I think there's a lot of people in here that would agree with you on that one, buddy. He'll play in Germany, says Alex Redo. I don't think he will. Mate, I don't think he'll play over in Germany. I think we'll do the exact same thing. I think we'll see Naby Keita play in the midfield with Gini Wijnaldum and Fabinho. Personally, just a guess though. Brian Morrissey said, Buenas noches Madrid, bueno not to Juventus tomorrow, and ta fucking rat to United. There you go. Just reading it out. Don't come at me if I mispronounce anything. October always bullies me over my mispronunciation of German words, but I'm going to keep doing it because I know it annoys her so much. Shaqiri's not a first team player, but he could turn draws into wins, said Azzy. Oi oi Craig, onwards and upwards, said Gaz. How are you, pal? Dave Sweeney said, is he not fit? Shaqiri, as I said, he did have an abductor injury. I don't know if it was a tear, a muscle. I don't know what. It was something in the stomach anyway. An alien said, I still feel Shaqiri should have taken Salah's position against Everton. I don't know about that, mate. That's a big call right there. To drop Mo Salah to put in Shaqiri against our biggest, well, our City rivals. I don't know. It's a big call. It's easy to say that after the game, I suppose, when Mo Salah hasn't performed, but I don't know. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, of course, and thank you for your comment. We don't know what's happening, so trust the gaffer, said Captain Muslim. Mate, I have 100% faith in Jurgen Klopp. I'm fully with you on that one. Jurgen Klopp sees him in training every day of the week. Jurgen Klopp knows a lot more than Steve Nicol knows, or than you, I, or any other people in the chat know about Shaqiri. Remember, everyone's had to sit on the bench. Keita and Fabinho too, said Pragmaverts. Absolutely. Shaqiri's a super sub. Michael Fleming said, would like to see another attacking midfielder and also a top striker. John Hamilton said, Nichol's usually good, but this time I think he should shut the fuck up. So Brian Morrissey said on Collymore, he said, Collymore thinks City should force us to sell them Van Dijk, 150 million plus Stones and Otamendi, and I'd still tell Manchester City to stick their 150 million, stick their John Stones, and stick their fucking Otamendi. Otamendi's dirt, by the way, so they can keep him. They can go fuck themselves, and Stan Collymore clearly doesn't understand FFP either. If he thinks that Manchester City, who are already circumventing the rules by the looks of it, can just pull 150 million out their ass for Van Dijk. Here, Stan Collymore, go and fuck yourself, pal. I've agreed with a lot of stuff that he said over the past few months, and he has come out with some good comments, and he does address issues that I do respect him for in certain things. But that's a bullshit comment right there. There's no way Liverpool will ever consider selling Virgil van Dijk to Manchester City. Not going to happen. I don't even think there's a number that would get Virgil van Dijk to Manchester City right now. That's a ridiculous comment from Stan Collymore. I mean, as an ex-Liverpool player, I don't know if he's trying to draw more attention back to himself or whatever, but I mean, it's poor. It's a poor comment. They had their chance to sign him. He could have went to Manchester City. He chose Liverpool. It's as simple as that. Klopp deserves every criticism he's getting right now on Shaqiri, said Jeff Brown. From day one, he seems to have had something against the lad. I think we and the media have given him so much leverage. He must win the league. Well, let me address, there's a couple of things in there, Jeff, buddy, so let me address them one by one. He deserves every criticism of Shaqiri. I don't buy into that, mate, not one bit. What has Shaqiri done when he has played to dictate the fact that he should start again? What has he done? Where has his performances been to say that the manager has been incorrect in dropping him? I think that's fair. At the start of the season he looked bright, but he's done nothing since then. From day one you said it seems he's got something against the lad. We wouldn't have signed him if he'd something against him. Jurgen Klopp had the final say on the signing. He pulled the trigger. Again, that's, I think, a bit of a silly comment. And the media has given him so much leverage, he must win the league. No, he shouldn't. He mustn't win the league, mate. That's a bullshit comment as well. We seem to forget that we were 24, 25 points behind City last year, and that the turnaround that we're after doing this season to even be in the argument is ridiculous. Now, of course, we were 7 points up at one point, and we cannot just ignore that fact. We can't ignore the fact that Liverpool have let Manchester City cut back in and go a point ahead of us. There is criticism to be had there, and that criticism is absolutely fair. But to say he must win the league, Jeff, is over the top, mate, and unrealistic, and a bit too harsh on a manager that I think has worked wonders at this football club since he's been here. He's not he's not infallible. He's open to criticism. Of course, his substitutions have been a bit peculiar at times. His in-game decision making, people have had a go at times, and that's okay. Everybody's open to critiquing, but I think you've been a bit harsh on our manager there, personally, pal. Shaqiri is class and will be needing him soon, said Paul Ward. I have to say, my honest opinion on Shaqiri is that he's average. He's on the higher level of average, and he was a player I was happy for us to sign if we were getting a Fekir or if we were getting another number 10 to have there as a good impact player. I don't think he's good enough to start every week. Look back on my streams from the very start, I've said the same thing. I think he's a good footballer, but he's not a great footballer, and he's not a starting 11 player for Liverpool, in my opinion. Score prediction for Bayern 2-2. I think 2-2 Ethan and us to go through on away goals. Where was the next comment? Sorry, I want to scroll back up. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to find back through. So many comments that I'm missing out on. I'm trying to get through them as quickly as I can. Where the hell has it gone? Oh, there we go. You have to know what's going on in the inner sanctum of the club, said Graham Holmes. If Steve Nicol knows, then fair enough. But if he's speculating, then he should keep his trap shut. He's absolutely speculating, Graham. I guarantee you that, mate. He's absolutely speculating. Krishna said, I watched the Watford game, was shocked to see Keita's first touch and his inability to hold on to the ball. That is why he's a very long way from getting into a starting 11. Klopp takes his time until you're ready. Robertson, Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Fabinho all took time to bed in, said Pragmaverts. Go Nads, good evening to you, pal. Ryan White said, I wanted Real to get to the final so Liverpool and Van Dijk can get revenge. I didn't. I despised them, mate. I'm delighted they got knocked out tonight. Yeah, it's more embarrassing for them to get knocked out tonight, mate, than to lose in a final. So I'm all for them getting knocked out. Captain Muslim said, I love the power cube Shaqiri, but trust Jurgen Klopp. AJ, Craig, shouldn't Shaqiri be used to break down 11 men behind the ball defences? I'm surprised Klopp isn't using them. When has he done that though? I mean, honestly, think back to when he has played for us this season. When has he done that? When has he had that ball in behind the defence? When has he been able to open up teams? He's had some impact in games, but he isn't the player that some people are making him out to be. In my opinion, of course, everybody is entitled to their own opinion. And that's why we come on here, we all discuss things and we see things differently, and it's one of the things that's good about football, isn't it? We don't all see the same thing in each player. Did you see the Real Madrid game? Ajax started the game, 6 players aged 19 to 22 and absolutely destroyed Madrid. I didn't. I was watching the Dortmund Spurs game because we did a watch along of that game. And look, I'm not going to lie, I really wish I did the other one. Guys, as you can see, we're doing a birthday giveaway next week. Next Wednesday, we're giving away a shirt with thanks to our friends at Score Draw. To be in with a chance of winning that shirt, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel on here and go over to Twitter and follow at Score Draw Retro. You can see the name of the account there underneath the image of the shirts, at Score Draw Retro. The winner will be picked next Wednesday, and Score Draw will post that shirt anywhere in the world. So you can enter from wherever you are, America, Australia, South Africa, it doesn't matter. You can enter from wherever the hell you are. And best of luck to everybody, and thank you for your continued support. Ramos now banned for the start of next year's Champions League if Madrid qualify. I think they probably will qualify. Mark Ross, how are you, mate? Thank you for saying hello. Welcome into the chat. Shaqiri complained the number 8, but his preferred position is where Salah plays. Klopp kind of did this with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain also last season. He didn't kick on till later in the season. The difference, I suppose, no, both of them did come in from Premier League clubs, so there is no difference to be had there. My point was mute. Should have bought Shaqiri on instead of Lallana. I agree with that. I mean, I cannot argue with anybody who says that he should have brought Shaqiri on over Lallana. I fully agree with that. Yeah, definitely. I definitely think that was a fair comment. So lovely to see Madrid get that spanking, said Blakely. UEFA spoon-fed them for far too long. Murder on Zidane's floor. Ajax are a beautiful team. Well done to them. They absolutely twatted Madrid tonight. They really did. What, like 4-1 in the Bernabeu. That is some performance. And as somebody pointed out earlier on, for such a young team as well. Gareth said, hi Craig, anything can happen in the Champions League. Can Liverpool hurt Bayern Munich? Absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. 1 goal means Dave to score 2. So it's going to be a very interesting game. Would you sign Harry Wilson? Sign him? We already own him. Why would we have to sign him? He's already our player. I think you mean will we take him back? I think we will bring him back in. I think Jurgen Klopp will look at him over pre-season and then he'll make a decision on whether perhaps to loan him out to a Premier League side for next season or whether to keep him at the club. October said, Virgil van Dijk for John Stones. Bitch, what? Even with 150 million, they can keep it. Why do people keep linking Van Dijk with other clubs? He loves Liverpool, we love him, not going anywhere. Exactly, he's not going anywhere, pal, you're right. He's absolutely happy here. And people keep ignoring the fact that he had the chance to go to Manchester City. They offered him the same, well, I won't even say the same money really. I'd say they probably offered him more money than us. But he came to Liverpool because that's where he wanted to play. He is here now, we love him. He's the best defender in the league, possibly in Europe. And he ain't going anywhere anytime soon. Bayern game though also important for our title chase. It's actually Cape Town Muslim. It says KPT. That's abbreviation for captain though, buddy. Everybody knows CPT is the abbreviation for captain. Where else have we got? Klopp's too harsh. Shaw has one sub per start. Shaw? Then he gets benched. I think you mean Shaqiri. Klopp doesn't give Shaqiri any slack like he does with others. Then again, he is the manager. Exactly, there is that point, mate. He is the manager, and he's Jurgen Klopp will live and die by his decision making. So it's up to the gaffer to do what he thinks is best. And look, of course you can disagree with him. Of course I can disagree with him. As fans, we do have the right to do that. Tadic was man of the match for Ajax, said Krishna. How come we didn't buy from Southampton as usual? Well, look, to be fair, mate. When he was at Southampton, he wasn't pulling up trees in the Premier League. He wasn't as good as he seems to be now with Ajax, to be fair. So, I mean, it's not just us that missed him. Any club in the Premier League missed that opportunity. Jeff Brown said, I don't know why should Lallana be getting a picking ahead of Fitz Shaqiri. I can't fathom it. I get you on that, Jeff. I've no argument on you with you on that one, mate. Absolutely none. It's actually annoying, stupid to say the least. Klopp should win the league or face the heat. There won't be any heat, mate. The owners are fucking delighted with Jurgen Klopp. He has them right up at the top of the league. Their sponsorship revenues are going up through the roof. People are queuing up to do business with Liverpool Football Club. We're the first club in the history of the Premier League to post a £100 million plus profit in a season. There's no way they're going to consider sacking Jurgen Klopp. He is perfect for them. It's just not going to happen, mate. Not anytime soon. Shaqiri was never going to be a first team player, said Brian Morrissey. His form was always going to take off when he realised that. He was super pumped and eager to begin with, and now it was always going to wear off a bit. I think that's a fair comment. Craig, you're right about VVD, said Oliver Opitz. Thank you, mate. Kev said Shaqiri's an impact sub, and to be honest, he started really well at doing that, but then he started to have a dip, and traditional Shaqiri style passed. I reckon him and Klopp have crossed over playing style and work rate. Exactly. It would be interesting, wouldn't it, to know all these little bits and pieces, what actually does go on behind closed doors. A couple of other things, guys. According to goal.com, Liverpool are set to sell Taiwo Awoniyi, and I hate saying that name because I always get it wrong, for around £10 million, with Schalke leading the race to sign him. Be another fantastic piece of business by Michael Edwards to get 10 million for young Awoniyi. I don't know what your thoughts on that are, guys. 10 million for a player that never really did much for us is a good piece of business, again, for Michael Edwards. Look, it is a young player that will be leaving the club, but 10 million is 10 million at the end of the day. Klopp knows better than all of us, said Alex. Let the handbrake off and let's go for it, said Graham Holmes. I'm with you on that one, pal. We do need to let the handbrake off a little bit. Craig, I don't want to give away. I apparently won it. I don't even like what it is. Craig, I don't want a giveaway. I apparently won it, and I don't even like what it is. I've no idea what you're talking about, Scotty. Not a clue what you're talking about, mate. Liverpool should be in jail because they stole from Southampton so many times. Yeah, stole. Not like we paid them, and paid them over the odds a lot of the time as well. We stole from them. Yeah, 75 million, world record for a defender. Stole from them. We paid them top notch for Lallana. We paid them top notch for Lovren. Didn't really steal from them, to be fair. They got very good market value for their players. What else have we got? We talked about Isco last night, Brian. We were saying that there was a link from £51 million move for Isco, which I think is very, very cheap. I think that figure should be higher than that. With more creativity bought in the summer, will be dangerous next year, said Nice Day. Did anyone see Tadic's skill for Ajax's second goal? Oh, it was porn, Jared, wasn't it? It was footballing porn. It was absolutely beautiful. To set up Neresh's goal, the second goal for Ajax, if anybody hasn't seen it, it was delicious stuff from Tadic. AJ said Shaqiri isn't getting to the front three. Shaqiri doesn't fit into Klopp's industrial midfield. Shaqiri doesn't fit into Klopp's team. Sammy said Pogba's a poor man's Naby Keita. Where would you play Shaqiri, or would you play Shaqiri at the weekend? What midfield would you play? No, I wouldn't. I'd stick to Gini, Wijnaldum, Fabinho, and I'd put Keita in there, and I keep playing Keita until he comes into form. But I'm stubborn, so it'll be interesting to see what midfield Klopp does go with against Burnley next Sunday at midday. Actually, I hate these early kickoffs. Speaking of youth players, which potential ones do you like the look of, Craig? Look, the ones that everybody really knows about, I suppose. Nathaniel Phillips. I like Queefin Kelleher as a keeper. I've said this over and over again. Curtis Jones as well, is doing really well. There are some quality youth players at the club. We're going to see Ryan Brewster in the first team very soon. Yeah, look, Liverpool do have a lot of good young talent. It's going to be difficult for them to break through, but if they're good enough, they're old enough, I suppose. Or other way around, if they're old enough, they're good enough. Or no, good enough, they're old enough. Yeah, that one. Torreira at Liverpool, we don't need him, to be honest. We've got Fabinho. We don't need Torreira. Very good player, but we don't need him. I think Trent will be a midfielder when he matures. Yeah, people have had that conversation. He did, of course, play as a midfielder earlier on in his career when he was younger. But he's been moved to right back. He's excelling at right back. And I don't see him being moved. Yeah, I mean, he could go into midfield and he could be a very good midfielder, but he can keep going at right back and be one of the best right backs in Europe. So, look, it's good to have this headache, I suppose. He's a quality footballer. Tadic spun the ball, then threaded in. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The free kick was incredible, said Brian O'Reilly. Absolutely exploited Courtois. Liverpool Football Club said Liverpool targets are Bruno Fernandes, Isco and Fekir. Van Dijk said he wanted to become a Liverpool legend. There's no chance he's going to leave anytime soon. I don't think there's a hope in hell he leaves Liverpool anytime soon, as you've rightly said. Craig, do you think Liverpool will win the league? Yes, and I'm keep going to say yes. I'm going to say yes, 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 yes and yes until it's mathematically impossible, because I believe there's more points to be dropped in this title race. And if I've seen some of our own fans have actually come into the chat and called us bottlers and said that we've bottled the league. Were Manchester City fans saying this last week when they were behind us? No, they were confident points were going to be dropped and they were confident they'd capitalise. We have to be the same. Don't forget that they have to go to Old Trafford and Manchester United will need something from that game for the top 4 race. Tim Sherwood has said Keita is the biggest flop in the Premier League history. If he said that, and I don't know if he has, and if he's worded it exactly that way, so I've got to be careful about what I say here. But if Tim Sherwood has said that Keita is the biggest flop in Premier League history, he's an idiot. He is an absolute idiot. I mean, Andy Carroll was a joke. There's been so many worse players in the Premier League. I mean, Juan Sebastian Veron, at any of the clubs he went to, Chelsea, United, flop. Who else have we got? The guy that went to United and then went back to Atletico Madrid, Forlan, flop, massive flop. United went through about 5 goalkeepers after they sold Schmeichel as well. So Tim Sherwood is a moron if he said that. But I don't know if he did say that, so I have to, kind of be careful about what I'm saying. City will bottle it against Watford, said Sammy Playboy. I don't think they will in that game. I think they'll beat Watford. I think they'll draw points, but I just personally don't think it's going to be this weekend. I hope it is, though. I hope you're right. Nice Day said Sturridge's substitution at Old Trafford was baffling. Yep, can't argue with that. Trent can be a right winger someday, absolutely, but I still think he'll be a full back. But yes, he can definitely play as a right-sided midfielder, 100%. It looks like we're playing like a vintage Mourinho side in the league, said Varshan. One signing that Liverpool should prioritise in the summer has to be a number 10, Kevin, doesn't it? Has to be. A number 10 or another pacey wide forward, but a number 10 would be top of the list for me. Get the checkbook out and go and get the lit, said Paul Watterson. I'd love him. Everyone would love him. I don't think you'll find a single Premier League clubs fan that wouldn't like Matthias de Ligt at their team. The lack of goals is more worrying than being a point behind. It's not really. If you consider that we can win games 1-0 because we've kept 17 clean sheets, we don't need to be scoring 4 and 5. As Manchester City showed away at Bournemouth, 1-0 wins would be fine. And we scored 5 against Watford. We've had 2 shitty performances, I suppose, at Everton and Manchester United. Our 2 biggest rivals, away from home, both of them. Them games are out of the way now. I think you're going to see more confidence in this team. They'll probably be play a bit with a bit more freedom now that they're chasing as well. Fred, massive flop as well, said Sammy. It's a good point. Why the fuck isn't he getting slaughtered? He costs more than Keita, if not roughly the same amount as Keita. Not a fucking mention of him, no. Good point there, Sammy. Thank you. Falcao was a double flop, said Red Hulk. How do you give away stuff for the channel, Scotty? You don't, mate. Keep it for yourself, buddy. Whatever you have there, whatever you've won, you keep it for yourself, pal. If you want to give it away to a charity or a local school or something, buddy. I love what you're trying to do, Scotty. It's very kind of you, but you don't need to give us anything to give away, mate. I do appreciate the gesture, though. I think if Fernandinho and De Bruyne are out, then yes, Watford may well beat them, said John Hamilton. Cleberson. Oh, it's Cleberson, yeah. Lukaku, flop. Well, at least he's scoring some goals, to be fair. If Keita is a flop, then what word describes Markovic? You probably have to invent a new language, Tom, to give that one a proper going over. Yeah, he'd be terrible. Do I think Sturridge and Origi should be sold? Sturridge won't be sold because his contract is up, so he'll walk away on a free contract. Origi, the club have tried to sell for the last 2 windows, Scott, so 20 million was the price on his head. We haven't been able to get it yet. If that figure comes in, then yes, I think Origi will be sold. Draws are worrying, said Craig Weston. They are, pal. We would have been better off to lose one of those games and win the other. Would be a point better off right now. Look, it's been a frustrating period. We just have to take it on the chin at this moment in time and keep backing the guys and keep believing. Alex Merton said, oh, trust me, Fred gets slaughtered. Oh, but you guys, mate, I absolutely believe it. But for Tim Sherwood, if he did come out and say that Kate is the biggest flop in Premier League history, it's a ridiculous statement to make. Especially because it's both their first seasons. Now, I can't speak about Fred too much because I don't watch United that much. But I can speak about Naby Keita. And I watched them at Leipzig and I know what he's capable of. And I know that he will settle into this Liverpool team. And Tim Sherwood can take his opinion and stick it up his fucking ass. Falcao double flop, especially how he ripped Chelsea in the UEFA Super Cups at Pragmaverts. The 50 million for Torres when he went to Chelsea, said Jack's page. Look, he did win the Champions League, to be fair, when he was there. Keita number as the 8 is a disgrace to Stevie G. Fuck you, Killian. That's a ridiculous comment. How could you say Keita is a disgrace to Steven Gerrard? That is a ridiculous thing to say. You must be a kid, mate. I don't want you on my channel. Fuck off. I can't be arsed looking at your stupidity. Stupid fucking comment to say. How can anybody that plays after Gerrard be a disgrace to Gerrard? Get a fucking grip, mate. People like him don't deserve to support the football club. They don't. Absolute fucking bandwagon jumping, glory hunting little fucking shits, and they drive me fucking demented. Any Klopp out, Jordan Henderson haters, any of our player haters, Salah haters, fuck off. There is no place for you in our fan base. You are disgusting. Murata, flop. Moreno, was he a flop? I would say yes, he was a flop. David Moyes, flop. Alexis Sanchez, massive flop. You're right, massive flop. A 450 grand a week flop. Markovic, mop. There you go, perfect. Tim Sherwood, flop at Aston Villa. Salif Gio, said Varshan. Yeah, he wasn't great. We all talk about number 10. If Ozil was sold by Emery or told he didn't want him anymore, would you be interested in him? No. No, not a hope. Ozil's one of these players that doesn't show up enough, and we need somebody that's consistent. There's no denying that Ozil's capable of wonderful things, but no, not for me anyway, has he? But of course, anyone in the chat, feel free to answer. Thank you, by the way. I don't like going off on one at people. I really don't. I'd love to be just on here reading your comments, having a laugh and a bit of fun, but some people are just an embarrassment, honestly. What goes through your head to think this way? The player that's come in and is here less than a season is an embarrassment to Gerrard. It doesn't even make sense from a practical term. It's just ridiculous. People like that just do my fucking head in. Well, Craig, if you could turn his internet off, I'm sure you would. I would, mate. I would. It's ridiculous. I'd love to sit. If he's a child, I'd love to sit down with his parents and ask them how on earth this football and supporting young lad thinks this way. I mean, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, just sit him down. You know, we should sit him down and make him watch the entire fucking Roy Hodgson season from start to finish without leaving the house. Give him a bottle to piss in, a bottle of water and a loaf of bread, and say, there you are, pal, sit down there and watch Roy Hodgson. Yeah, this fella here, Paul Konchesky, Christian Poulsen. Yeah, now watch them, fucking superstars, them, and you have the cheek to talk about Gerrard and Naby Keita. Come on. Shaqiri is the new Sammy Lee, said Stephen Richards. Aquilani, defo a flop. The Little Prince, do you remember that? The Little Prince. Bruno Shearu, the new Zinedine Zidane. Flop. There's too many Liverpool flops coming up here, ladies and gents. Kentelvin Craig is going to go off on one. He needs, when he reads certain comments. Hell no to Ozil. Ajax looking like last year's Liverpool, said Interloco. I can't say what a performance. I can't say enough how good of a performance that must have been from Ajax. I didn't get to watch the game. I cannot wait to watch the highlights. But to go to Bernabeu and win 4-1, it's amazing. Roy Hodgson's season was a slow day. It was horrible, mate. I was on holidays. I was in Turkey when we lost to fucking Northampton in the FA Cup. Honestly, I felt like going out and throwing myself into the swimming pool. It was that fucking depressing watching that shite. Over there, and I was in the bar and I threw a fucking bottle of Pringles and a holiday, mate, after that Northampton performance. Tim Sherwood is a waster. Shevchenko, yeah, that's a good show. Harry Kewell, that was so disappointing. Do I think Klopp has made some mistakes recently? Yes, I do, to be fair. Substitutions recently have been a bit iffy. I'm not going to slag his team selections because I thought the team that played against Watford deserved to start again against Everton. So I'm not going to have a chat about that. Sorry, I'm trying not to sneeze. I don't want to sneeze down the microphone. Nobody wants to hear that. I have a really bad man flu at the minute. Apologies. My first comment on the stream was Liverpool should get Isco, which it was from Pragmaverts. Oh, I don't know. Every so often it does go for a second. Am I back? Are we back live? Are we all good? Thumbs up. It's back. There we go. Nice one. Happy days. I don't know what happened. It just went for a second there. It didn't go at my end, but obviously it did at your end. Origi flops in the shower every week, said Kevla. Oh, big cock divock. A couple more bits and pieces, actually. Small bits of news. Liverpool legend Ian Rush has just gotten engaged to an Irish model and singer called Carol Anthony. The pair have been together since 2013 and obviously we wish them both a wonderful life together. Congratulations to Ian Rush and his new fiancée. Always great to hear good news, and as you guys know, I'm definitely somebody who loves love. I'm a big fan of love, and the more of it in the world the better. So congratulations to Ian Rush and his new fiancée Carol Anthony. Rushy scores again. Love it. Love it. Yeah, I mean, delighted. Absolutely delighted for them both. Guys, anyway, as people are saying in the stream, please do hit that like button for us if you're enjoying the stream or if you're just joining the stream. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do hit that button as well. As you can see from the image on tonight's stream, we're doing a giveaway next week. But we're on the road to 10k, and that's the most important thing. We're really trying our best to get there, so every single subscription counts. Oh, I love all the love for Rushy in the chat here. There you go. Uh, I did see she is rather she is a good looking woman, Skipper Dog. To be fair, she is. But you know what? Rushy's a catch because Rushy's Ian Rush. I mean, he's Ian Rush, your man off the milk ads. You missed my comment. It happens. I asked what's the story behind the stream title. I'll go back up. I did go through it already, mate, but you are a regular, so I'm happy to go back up for you, Red Tick Gaming. Former Reds player Stevie Nicol has had a go at Jurgen Klopp over his treatment of Sheridan Shaqiri. Nicol said, I'd love to know what Shaqiri has done wrong. I can't believe that Origi started. I can't believe that Origi started wide. And I can't believe that after taking him off, he put on Adam Lallana before Shaqiri. I'm absolutely bamboozled at what he's done wrong. I thought he should have brought Shaqiri on against United. Instead, he brings on Daniel Sturridge. So that's what it's all about, buddy. Stevie Nicol reckons that Jurgen Klopp is mistreating or badly treating Sheridan Shaqiri, and he should be starting more. No, Craig, don't be burning the candle at both ends. No, with what? What? I don't even get that. I'm sorry, no, don't get it. Where are we? Some more bits and pieces. Oh yes, right. So last night we spoke about the rule changes, ladies and gents. If you remember, I said the new rule changes revealed by the IFAB over the weekend concentrate on 5 rules which could drastically affect key areas of the game. Now, I do have to print, I don't know what I need to do, a retraction. I said I took the information from Sky Sports, and Sky Sports have themselves printed a retraction on this one. And it goes to the no rebounds from penalties. So last night we said that there'll be no rebounds anymore from penalty kicks. Play stop for a restart if a penalty is saved or if it hits the post. And that this means that, you know, if Paul Pogba, for instance, recently scored a rebound, that would have been ruled out. Well, this has been ruled out. This has been thrown out, and this isn't coming into effect. Sky printed the retraction on their article, and I feel it's only right for me to come on here and say it here because we spoke about it so much last night, and it was the one rule that people kept disagreeing with. So that one is not coming into effect, so we can rule that one out. But the other 4, which is accidental handball for a goal, that will no longer stand. So it doesn't matter how accidental it was. If a ball goes in off your hand or off your arm in any way, shape or form, goals will no longer stand. The other rules are substituted players can leave the field anywhere. No time wasting anymore. When a player is taken off, they'll no longer have to leave the field at the halfway line. They can leave the pitch at the nearest point of exit. The other rules are no attacking players in a wall anymore from a free kick. This rule prohibits attacking players standing in the wall when a free kick has been taken, a tactic increasingly employed in recent years by teams. And the final rule change that's coming into effect is the coaches will now receive yellow and red cards, just the same as the players. So again, apologies for the one about penalties, but I said I did take it, and I did say last night I took it from the Sky Sports website, and when I seen that they printed a retraction, I thought it only fair that I come on here and give my own retraction on that one. Making yourself ill, said, yeah, I should take some time off at some point, mate. I've been putting a lot of time in on here lately, but I enjoy it, so it's definitely something that I'll keep doing. An international break coming up, Stephen, in a couple of weeks, so I'll get some time off then. What's my opinion on Shaqiri? I don't think he's good enough, Red Tick Game, and that's my opinion. I think he is a substitute player, and if Jurgen Klopp doesn't want to use him, I don't know what he's seen on the training ground. I don't see Sheridan Shaqiri day in and day out. The manager does, so all I can do is believe that the manager knows what he's at and back him personally, buddy. Love to know your thoughts though. So they got the number 5 wrong and made up a rule that isn't happening. Yeah, I think it was a couple of outlets. I don't think it was just Sky, in fairness to them. I think there was a couple more. October pointed out to me that Marca may have done it or something similar, and I do want to thank October for bringing this to my attention. She was the one that let me know about the retraction. I'm ecstatic that Madrid have gone out, said Brian O'Reilly. Murder on Zidane Floor said we need to go through in the Champions League. I absolutely love the competition. It is great to watch, isn't it? I love it myself. Nice Day said, hasn't Gomez been too injury prone? He plays a few games and gets injured. He's had 2 big injuries, buddy, that have kept him out for a long time. I hope he doesn't turn out to be an injury prone player. I'd love to see him get a run because he's so damn good, isn't he? Favourite all time Liverpool player, Robbie Fowler. Cape Town Muslim, Robbie Fowler, buddy. Who's yours? Love to know yours. Current favourite Liverpool player, by the way, is Firmino. I love me a bit of Bobby Firmino. Gary reckons that we're going to beat Burnley 4-0. I'll take that, Paul. Oh yeah, Connor wants to draw everyone's attention to the scrolling text. Like, you see this text that's underneath my image. Often we write stuff in there just as a piss take, and nobody fucking reads it. Nobody ever reads it. Underneath my image, you'll see the big A, the Anfield Agenda A. Then you'll see Fund Craig's Diet, Chavhabit at Patreon.com, and then you see scrolling text underneath that. Nobody ever reads it, and we literally make shit up and put mad stuff in there at times, and nobody reads it. Craig Shaqiri is good, but we need to trust the gaffer, said Scotty. What else have we got? If he's not good enough, then Klopp shouldn't have signed him. Yeah, think of it this way, Gary, though. You buy him for 13.5 million or 13 million because of his buyout clause. You keep him for a year. If he doesn't work out, you sell him and you double your money, because you're going to get 25, 30 million from next year. So it was a pretty easy signing for the club to make. I think I'm expecting something similar, by the way, for Aaron Ramsey at Juventus. I think if he doesn't work out at Juventus, they'll sell him after a year or 18 months and they'll get their money back that they paid him in those ridiculous wages. Ollie's at the wheel. Very interested to see the game tomorrow night, Adam, mate. Very interested to see how you guys get on over in Paris. But look, you're doing well in the league. Nobody can take that away from you. But I am going to enjoy if you get knocked out tomorrow, mate. Just for the banter, of course. Heme said Dermot Gallagher was on the radio yesterday that said the rule was agreed in a meeting. Weird how soon they retracted it. He was on Sky Sports as well. He was in that article, mate, talking about it. I do have the retraction here, so I'll read it out just to be perfectly clear about it. Let me just grab the retraction. Where the hell is it? I have so many images on my bleeding phone. It says, this is an updated and corrected version of this article. The first edition mistakenly referred to a rule change in relation to penalties which will not come into effect. So yeah, as I said, that is the complete retraction from Sky there about that mistake. And of course, I made the same mistake because I read it from that article. Craig, when we smash Bayern, would you favour a quarter-final draw with Ajax or teams like PSG or Barca? I'd love Barca, John. I'm not going to lie, mate. I'd love to have a go at Barca over two legs. Ajax would be great as well, but I'd love Barca, not PSG. I don't want to ever come across those diving, cheating, rolling around little fuckers anymore. Yeah, PSG, nah. Barcelona, Ajax, yes please, that would be lovely. But just think, if Liverpool go through, City go through, Spurs go through, it's not looking likely for United, but let's just say if those three teams went through, that's 3 out of 8, so you have a fair chance there of drawing one of the two teams in the Champions League quarterfinals again. So you may have one all-English tie. Of course you may not, but it'll be interesting to see how the draw goes. Suarez favourite Liverpool player for Liam Kelt. Alexander-Arnold for Liverpool Football Club. Burnley will turn up, and these are the times they just turn up from nowhere. I hope they don't. I hope we give them an absolute spanking. I really don't like Burnley. Not at all. Not even a little bit. There's nothing about that club that I like. Any United, and I don't have any hatred for them, don't get me wrong. I just don't like them. Any United fans in the chat that want City to win against them, said Brian O'Reilly. I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. As much as we all have banter and I'd love to take the piss out of United and have fun with them, I can't imagine there's a single United fan that deep down wants to roll over and let City beat them, because they've got something to play for themselves. Liverpool now only saying that Oxlade-Chamberlain might play for the derby for the under-23s on Friday. I read an article yesterday that said that he was definitely doing it. But as you said, let's just wait and see what happens. Liverpool smashed Barca pre-season with Suarez and Messi, said Pragmaverts. Neymar said PSG will win the Champions League. No, they won't. I don't think they'll ever win it. I hope they never win it because I hate them as a club. I love Craig's view on PSG. It always makes me smile. Them and Manchester City I treat with the same disdain. Yeah, I just don't like either of them. For the same reason. They're both absolutely flaunting the rules and taking the piss and spending money and making up shit that they haven't got. Allegedly, throw the word allegedly around here so I can't get in trouble. Allegedly breaking the rules, allegedly cheating shits, allegedly circumventing FFP, allegedly inventing fucking sponsorship deals, allegedly hiding the way that they pay wages, allegedly, they're both cheating pricks, allegedly. But look, as I've always said, as much as I despise Manchester City, it's got nothing to do with their players and it's got nothing to do with their manager. So I've got nothing against that squad and nothing against Pep Guardiola. It's purely about the way the club is run. The players, the manager have no responsibility for that whatsoever. Might actually want United to go through. Why is that, Lee? Think of the bants, mate. Think of the bants. Fuck PSG, said Lee. Don't want to play another English team in the Champions League. Kills the whole point of it. Oh, I'm with you, nice day. I hate the thoughts of playing an English team in Europe. It's not right. It just doesn't feel right. David Bean said Kenny's his all-time favourite player. Robbo's his current favourite player. When will Oxlade-Chamberlain be back in the starting 11? Scotty, I would say 2 to 3 weeks you might start to see him on the bench. Maybe get a few minutes, but that's complete guesswork, buddy. Please do drop a like on the stream, guys, and thank you, Kev, for putting that in the chat. And of course, if you're enjoying the stream, please do hit that subscribe button as well. Drake's sub-label is OVO, which stands for October's Very Own. Oh, I love me a bit of Drake, mate. Massive Drake fan. My favourite player is Mo, said Scotty, and his all-time favourite Stevie G. One more point, actually, I had here. The managing director of Rangers, Stuart Robertson, has confirmed that they want to sign Ryan Kent from Liverpool permanently in the summer. Ryan Kent has played 33 times for Rangers this season, scoring 5 goals and has 8 assists. It's also clear Stevie G wants to sign him because he's very happy with his contribution. So look, Ryan Kent, can they afford him? Can Liverpool and Rangers come to an agreement on a fee there? I don't know, is the honest answer. He's fit in well. He slotted in well up there at Rangers. I probably don't think he's at our level, if I'm being honest, but interesting to see if they can strike a deal. PSG versus Manchester City in the quarter-final. Money wins. VVD is the best centre-back at the minute, said David Williams. I agree. I absolutely agree, mate. I think he is a shoe-in for the Premier League player of the season. Gary said, I think City are favourites for the Champions League. I think they are in the bookies. Anyway, I think they have been since the competition started this season, I think. Liverpool versus Barca semi-final. I mean, that would be gorgeous, Jersey boy, wouldn't it? That really would. It just feels like it's been so long since we played Barca in a competitive competition. Was the last time we played them with the time where Bellamy scored over in the Nou Camp? Was that the last time we played Barca in a competitive competition? Of course we knocked them out. We do have to remember that. Did you not ever notice my profile icon is the OVO label? It's too small, mate, on my screen. I can see it's black and gold, but it looks like the Sheffield Wednesday owl from where I'm sitting. But it is tiny because I have a small enough screen here in front of me. It's only a 20-inch screen or something. Liverpool versus Ajax final. As Connor said earlier on, can you imagine if Ajax went all the way this season? What a story that would be. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat. LeBron James made 20 million profit last season from his shares in Liverpool. He's always bantering players in the States for not supporting Liverpool. Yeah, those shares have worked out very nicely. The shares that he has because of a deal that he's done with, I think, is it an image rights deal or something that he's done with FSG? But either way, he does have a stake in Liverpool Football Club, which is great. Welcome LeBron James. Always good having names like him associated with the club. Talking about City, do you think they will give Phil Foden a fair crack of the whip? Oh, it's a really tough one, isn't it? Because you can see that Guardiola does rate him highly because he speaks very highly of him, but at the same time, that's a very, very tough club to get into. Who would win between Messi and Van Dijk? Oh God, I don't know, mate. I've the utmost of respect for Lionel Messi. He is, without a doubt in my mind, the best player of my generation. And I know some people think Ronaldo, but I don't even think there's an argument between the two of them. I think Messi is head and shoulders the best player of our generation. I love him. I absolutely adore the guy. I love his attitude. I love the way he plays the game. I love the way he doesn't roll around on the ground. I just love Lionel Messi. There's just nothing bad I have to say about him. Ryan Kent should play for Liverpool in a couple of years. Don't want to look like City, who sold Jadon Sancho. I don't think Ryan Kent is at that level though, mate. It's just my opinion. And maybe we will sell him to Rangers, and maybe there'll be a buyback clause in it. You never know, which might maybe make it a bit more affordable for Rangers to get him. The guy behind Footy League site, João Pinto, I think, is in prison in Portugal. He fucked over Benfica, and he's probably going to get fucked up in jail. Whoops. That's not great. Yeah. In Portugal and fucking over Benfica. That won't go down well. Yeah, Jersey boy, I meant in a proper competitive competition, mate. Like, not in the International Champions Cup. I meant like in a European competition. 2007, Ronaldinho came to Anfield, my favourite player, and he hit the post. Yeah, he was a brilliant player, wasn't he? Do you remember when there was that rumour going around that he was really close to signing for Manchester United? That's a fact. But the rumour goes that he didn't sign for United because Alex Ferguson wouldn't sign off on Ronaldinho getting a helicopter to go down to London and party when he wasn't playing. Now, that was the rumour going around. I have no idea how true that was. I like to think it's true because it's so Ronaldinho-esque. Didn't he marry 2 women or something in Brazil recently as well? The guy's he's just a superstar. Not because he married 2 women, I just mean everything he does in his life is just mad. I love it. Up the dubs. Fowler, my all-time favourite. Van Dijk and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, said Martin Gillespie. I love every single player you've mentioned there, mate. And Haloko said, I'm telling you, Ajax are really looking like last year's Liverpool. If Liverpool don't win it, I'll be rooting for Ajax. I think everybody will be behind them, buddy. What a story it's been. I cannot get over the fact that they went to the Bernabeu and won 4-1 today. That's amazing. How much do you reckon Ryan Kent is worth? I haven't got a clue, Gary. I'm terrible at guessing footballers' values. What would we sell him to Rangers for? 8 to 12 million is what I'd guess if he goes to Rangers, because I don't think they could afford much more than that. But that's a complete guess, mate. Where will Ronaldo end up after Juventus? Jail, I'd guess. Look, the whole Catherine Mayorga story, I don't comment on it because it's not my place to do so. I strongly have my own personal opinion on it, but I don't comment on it on here because it's not my place to do so. But you did ask me where I think he'll end up, so I gave you an answer. Jail. Were Ajax named in UEFA's list of Euro superpowers? I don't know, buddy, I don't know. How could they not be, though? Cruyff, I mean, come on. It'd have to be. Origi to Rangers, there's no way they have 20 million to buy him. And that's the number that Liverpool want from Alex. Yeah, so I can't see him going to Rangers. But I'm sure there'd be a host of Premier League clubs that would be happy to sign Origi. Messi did the Boa thing what Bale did to Maicon. Mad to think it was only 2 or 3 seasons ago when Ajax got thrashed in the Europa final versus United. Do you know what though? They've continued to progress, haven't they? As you said, mate, they've continued to progress there. They're renowned. Their academy is renowned as being one of, if not the best academy in world football for bringing through young footballers. Craig, what do you think about people who say Pele is a fraud? It's another ridiculous thing to say, Brian. I'm not saying you're saying it, buddy. I know you're not. You're just asking a question. How could you call Pele a fraud? No, not for me. He's look, he was before my time, and I've only ever seen clips of him because I wasn't alive when Pele was playing. But from what I've seen, he just looks amazing. Maradona as well. I mean, I did catch some of Maradona's career, his latter part of his career. One of my first memories of football actually was the '86 World Cup, where he scored that goal against England. And I'm not talking about the hand of God. I'm talking about the other goal in that game. The goal that will forever go down as one of the best World Cup goals of all time. It was stunning. Took on half of the England team and still managed to stick it in the net. It was just unbelievable. Diego Maradona in his prime as well was a joy to watch. Then you had the USA 94 Maradona with the cocaine addiction and the lunatic stare at the camera, which was a completely different player. Comparing Ronaldo to Messi is like comparing Drinkwater to Gerrard. Buvac, Hendo, Ballboy, Klopp starting to feel a bit of heat. Gotta love his passion. Buvac, I don't know what went on there, mate. None of us do. Buvac left us fucking high and dry at a very difficult part of last season. We've got a very, very good man in there now beside him, and Pep and Linders. I don't know what the Henderson thing is you're talking about. I've no idea what that is. And the ball boy thing, yeah, that wasn't great. To be fair, that did show that Klopp might have been a little bit rattled. I'm not gonna lie. That and the comment about the win didn't sit well with me. But I love Jurgen Klopp. Don't get me wrong. But I've got to be honest. David Bean says Maradona for me. Craig is the GOAT. He was just said, mate. He was a joy to watch, wasn't he? Pele, Maradona, George Best, said James Doherty. If we don't get Barcelona Ajax final in Madrid, would be hilarious. That would be weird, wouldn't it? That would be absolutely nuts, actually. Barcelona and Ajax, the team that knocked out Madrid against their fierce rivals. That would be brilliant, Brian. Mexico 86 had the best mascot ever, said Nibbler. I don't know, I liked the Italia 90 mascot. I thought that was brilliant. I can't remember the Mexico 86 one though. Maybe, yeah, I can't remember the mascot. The Italia 90 one was lovely though. I really liked that one. Alright, Craig, last time we played Barca was in the Champions League 2007. We won 2-1. That was the one I was talking about. Buvac was good. His pressing was good. What? Buvac never pressed. I don't remember Buvac on the field pressing ever. Buvac klaxon, exactly, from Brian Morrissey. Buvac is gone. I have a fuck Buvac rule on this channel. People mention Buvac, the Buvac klaxon goes off, as Brian Morrissey has said. Craig Weston said, it amazes me what nonsense people spout about in football in general. Johan Cruyff was great too, said James Doherty. He was. Absolute amazing footballer. Messi, Maradona and Cruyff are the three greatest players to ever play the game, said Kieran Aaron. Craig, where were you when Liverpool won the Champions League in 2005 on penalties, and I hope it happens again soon? Sitting in the Ataturk Stadium in Istanbul, Garris, is where I was, and in Athens as well in 2007 I was there. Obviously two different sets of emotions, but yes, that's where I was. Press Salah said making our front three, pressing more. It's got nothing to do with him, mate. Klopp, you think Klopp would just suddenly go, shit, I don't know how to tell my players to press? Fuck. I don't think look, Klopp made the mistake once of calling them the brains, and that has fucked him over with so many Liverpool fans, because he was just trying to big up his mate, and now a lot of people think, and I'm not saying you think this, Press, but a lot of people think Klopp's just some kind of idiot that doesn't know what he's doing. And it's not the case. Klopp's the gaffer for a reason. Buvac obviously was his number two for a very long period of time, but let's not forget, we're a point behind, but we have been top of the league this season. We were never top of the league when Buvac was here. Do you know what I mean? That's the difference. Like, Klopp has masterminded a defensive reinforcement and a change that has had us get 17 clean sheets this season. Everybody said Buvac was here, was the pressing machine. I've never heard that once, Press. Honestly, I'm not trying to be a dick. I honestly have never heard that once. And maybe I completely just missed that memo. We have a game on Sunday up the red, said David Williams. Kovac apologised to Klopp for shaking his players' hands rather than Jurgen's. He said that was something that's just done in Germany. He said in Germany, when the game's over, firstly the manager shakes the players' hands and his assistants' hands, and then he goes and shakes Klopp's hand. That was again an honest misunderstanding. I don't think there's any malice there from Kovac whatsoever. I have a feeling, given how we changed to a more defensive-minded approach, in the sense that was part of the fallout. Maybe Buvac didn't want us to play that way, but he doesn't really have a say, though. To be fair, Klopp's the gaffer. He lives and dies by his decisions. Honestly, we're all guessing, and I'd love to know as well, but none of us do know the answers to any of this, because as much as we'd love to be in there listening to them talking, none of us have had that privilege. Who would you rather have, Buvac or Klopp? It's a ridiculous question. Why would anybody ever rather have Buvac over Klopp? Buvac has proved nothing, whereas Jurgen Klopp has proved a lot in his career. I don't know. Klopp, for me, 100 times out of 100. How about we bid for Bale next season? He's too injury prone. There's no point in buying him. He misses a third, if not more, of the season with injuries. He's 29 years of age, heading towards 30 as well. His best days are behind him. Still a great footballer, don't get me wrong. I mean, Gareth Bale is capable of amazing things, but not. I just don't see him coming to us. I don't see us wasting that amount of money on a 30-year-old player. Do you think the club will ever release further info on what happened with Buvac? No, never. You might get it in a book in the future somewhere, but it won't be coming from the club. Given Klopp has managed in Germany, I doubt there was a misunderstanding like that. That was what was said, John. That was absolutely 100% what was said after the game. 100%. Kovac came out and said, in Germany, that's what we do. It was my mistake. I should have realised we were in England. I should have done it his way. When we're in Germany, I'll do it my way because that's the way it's done in Germany. 100% that's what he said. Good night tomorrow, Dave. Or good night tomorrow. Good night, David. Talk to you tomorrow, mate. I think Buvac just went for personal reasons. I've no idea. You heard it might have been an illness, which of course I hope it wasn't. You heard it might have been a fallout. It could have been anything. None of us will ever know. It would make a juicy story in a book though, wouldn't it? It really would. What do you think about Solskjaer? Do you think he's just put his hand around players? He's done a great job. I mean, there's no arguing that fact. He's gone in there and he has turned that team around and got them playing with confidence again. I don't know if he's tactically naive. I don't know anything about the guy from that sense because I don't watch enough of United. From the outside, the very least he's done is put an arm around the players' shoulders and filled them full of confidence and got them playing with more swagger, belief, attacking flair. That's all I can really say, mate. There's still a lot of work to be done there. And I have no idea what's going to happen at United. It looks like they're probably bringing in a director of football. It looks like Solskjaer seems to be nailed on to get the job at this moment in time. But look, begrudgingly, I'd say he's done a good job. But obviously, I don't want him to succeed. I'd be a fool to say otherwise. I'm a Liverpool fan. I read Hulk. I did wonder if your question was sarcasm, mate. When I was reading through it and I was halfway through the question, I thought, shit, maybe he's being sarcastic. So, sorry. But at least I didn't have a go with you. So, at least, I don't have to apologise for that one for once. What's your opinion on why Buvac left? I don't have one. John, I honestly don't have one because I don't know. I don't know. Mate, if gun to my head, I'd say they had a fallout, but I don't know that for a fact, so it's not fair for me to say. I heard the Bale is on more per year than the whole of Ajax. I don't know if that's true. Apparently Ramos was filming a documentary about himself in the Ajax game tonight. Good. Hope the documentary ends. Haha, fuck you, Ramos. Lots of love, Ajax. Buvac had difficulty learning English. He's also had issues with Achterberg. John Achterberg, the man that just can't be shaken. The man that's just survived every manager. John Achterberg, ladies and gentlemen. Whose book would the story be in, Klopp or Buvac? I don't think Jurgen Klopp would ever talk about it. I honestly don't think he would. I don't know if Buvac would write a book or not. So maybe we'll never know. But I would be amazed if Jurgen Klopp ever spoke about it. Actually, I'd be amazed if either of them did. Because I think even if they had a fallout, you've got 17 or 18 years of a working relationship there. I would love to know, though. I mean, we all would love to know. Hope Man United takes Ole. They won't win anything for another 2 years. It says Cape Town Muslim. See, I've remembered. I'm trying my best to remember, buddy, when I say your name. I do love the fact that we have people watching from Cape Town and America and Australia and I think Hong Kong, Singapore. It blows my damn mind that people tune in to have a chat with everybody in here on a nightly basis from all around the world. It's a thing of beauty. It really is. Guys, a couple more minutes. Going to call it a night. We are, as you see, inching towards 10,000 subscribers. This feels like the hardest 500 subscribers we've ever had to get. It's weird. Sometimes you go through periods where the numbers are absolutely flying along and you get 1,000 out of nowhere. And then other periods, you're going through days, you pick up 2, you lose 1, you pick up 7, you lose 4. But look, if you're watching the last show, please do hit that subscribe button. We will be here again tomorrow at 10 o'clock, but we'll also be doing a watch along of the Manchester United game. So we'll be starting that one from about About 20 to 8 tomorrow, probably around that time. See how United get on over in Paris. I'll be massively upset if we don't win the league, but Klopp is building a squad here, and that's what we need to challenge for all competitions. Spy and Cop, hello, mate. What do you think would be different if Coutinho stayed? We wouldn't have Virgil van Dijk and we wouldn't have Fabinho. So I rather that he went, and we have who we have personally. Um, yeah, it is an interesting conversation actually around the whole Coutinho thing. For me, it's a no-brainer. If selling Coutinho meant that we funded Van Dijk and Fabinho, then I'm all for it. I'm absolutely all for that. I think we came out the better side of that deal. But at the same time, Coutinho is an excellent footballer. There's no denying that. What three players would you sign for Liverpool? And do you agree you need a creator? 100% we need a number 10, mate. Who would I sign? Diabala, Delit, and who else would I sign? I'm trying to be realistic because I've been a bit over the top there. Diabala, Delit, and I don't know. I'd like another wide forward. Someone give me an option. I'm trying to think of a realistic attacking wide player, and don't give me Dembele's from Barca or any of that stuff. Somebody realistic. Timo Werner would be delicious, actually. I'd love Timo Werner. He's the perfect signing. We've also been linked with that young guy from Celta Vigo, Maxi Gomez. Is that his name? The Uruguayan guy I spoke about last night. 600 grand a week for Bale. Jesus Christ. That's madness. Did anybody see that there was loads of comments going around, oh, that's it, Sanchez is gone, United are moving Sanchez on in the summer. Did anybody see these comments? What I want to know is, who's going to take him? Who is going to give him the wages that he's on at United, or else United are going to have to give him a dirty big payoff to get him out of the club? That has been one epic failure for United. Alisson has played well this season, Skipper Dog, there's no denying that. And yeah, I suppose John Achterberg has to get credit for that, because if we're happy to have a go at John Achterberg when Mignolet wasn't playing well and Karius wasn't playing well, then it's only fair that we give praise to John Achterberg when Alisson's playing well. You have to be fair in these things. Craig, give us a quick prediction on what teams you think will progress in the next round of the Champions League. I fancy Porto to do Roma tomorrow night, actually. I fancy to beat them 1-0 and take them out in away goals. Liverpool, I fancy we'll get a 2-2 draw at Bayern. PSG are going through against United, I think. What other ties? Chelsea, or not Chelsea, Manchester City are going, same club basically. Manchester City are going through against Schalke. And what's the other tie? I'm forgetting the other one. Who's that? Barcelona. Who are Barcelona playing again? Who are Barcelona playing? I can't remember. There's Atleti Juventus as well, isn't it? Yeah, I think Atleti will go through there. I can't. Who were Barca playing? I'm drawing a blank on that one. Barca. Oh, they were playing Lyon, weren't they? Barca go through on that one. Leon Bailey is a good. Bergwijn. What about Draxler as a 10? I lost all respect for Julian Draxler when he signed for Paris Saint-Germain, John, because he only seemed to be interested in one thing, and that's wages. So I've ever since then I've had no interest in Julian Draxler personally, but I know a lot of people who rate him very highly. Neres is a suggestion from Andy Robertson's biggest fan. Sanchez for the MLS, aka the retirement home. They won't give him the money though. They will not give him the money anywhere near what he's getting paid at United. Maybe Dubai, somewhere out there. China, some people have said. Thank you to everyone that said Leon. I just went blank there for a second. United has spoiled many a player's career, said Cape Town Muslim. Sanchez, Schweinsteiger, Di Maria, Berbatov, Diego Forlan. Still want Fekir. I'd love him, but I just don't think it's going to happen, mate. If we didn't sign him the last time, for whatever reason, I just don't see it happening. But like you, I love him. I absolutely love Nabil Fekir. I think he's made for our system. What about Sancho? I haven't seen enough of him, but what I've seen over the 2 legs against Spurs, I'm very fucking doubtful of Jadon Sancho. But Jurgen Klopp obviously rates him highly, and Jurgen Klopp has infinitely better knowledge of me. of me than me. He probably does know more about me than I do as well, actually. It's a bit early for Sancho, said Angro Jr. We create players in Manchester United, wreck careers. I think that's a little bit harsh. And as much as I despise Manchester United, he can't really say they wreck careers. I mean, Sanchez fucked up his own career. He had a chance to move to Manchester City and play in a style of football that probably would have suited him a lot more than Manchester United's style of football. And he chose to go to Manchester United. And that's his prerogative. He's a free will. He's got free will. He can choose who he wants to play for. Nobody will ever convince me that United signed him for any other reason other than to piss off Manchester City and to stop them getting him. And it's after backfiring massively. I think even United fans would think that that's a fair comment. I think. Of course, some of them are going to say, shut up, you bald nonce, but you know where I'm coming from. Rod, how are you? Every single time, my friend, you come in with the croissant and the coffee, I'm starving looking at it, buddy. But welcome. Good morning to you. Bale is on 200 grand a year more than the whole of Ajax. Including players and staff. Somebody mentioned that earlier on, but it's still funny every time you read it. It's crazy. Even Ajax substitutes look great on the field since I've watched them in the Champions League this year, said in Haloko. Mertens would be good if we sign him. He's too old though, Scotty. What, Dries Mertens is 31, 32, something like that, maybe even older. We don't need Burnley coming for a fight on Sunday with Bayern 3 days later. I take a routine 2-0 win. I mean, yeah, mate, absolutely. I just don't like these 12 o'clock kickoffs. 14 minutes until I can go home and drink coffee, said October. There you go. 14 minutes is nothing. That'll fly by, mate. And October, by the way, if anybody goes over and looks at the Anfield Agenda Twitter account, October runs that account and she runs it magnificently. Except when I drop in, cause all kinds of shit, and then fuck off and leave October to clean it up. Apologies for that, October, but she runs it magnificently well, and thank you for that, mate. I do appreciate it. If anybody wants to subscribe or follow us over there, it's at Anfield Agenda. And of course on Instagram it's the very same, at Anfield Agenda. Really easy to remember. If anybody ever wants to get in contact with us for any reason, because people do often ask, there's 2 email addresses that we're reachable on. AnfieldAgenda@gmail.com and AnfieldAgenda@outmail.com. And we try and reply to all emails. If we don't reply, let us know on here, because sometimes things go into the spam filters, and that did happen recently. Somebody's email went in there and then we found it and replied to them. Are you feeling sick? I'm dying, mate. I'm not well at all. I've got a pretty bad cold. But I said I'll be on. I'm on, because consistency is key for me, and sometimes if I have to wheel myself on here sick, if I say I'm on, I'm going to come on. Which I will be back on tomorrow for a watch along of the United game, so I hope you can join us for that one. And I've also played around with the colour on the screen, by the way, so that might be it as well. I've changed some of the settings because it depends what lighting is in the room I'm in. Sometimes I need to play around with the settings. Literally just watched Napoli for Dries Mertens' face, said October. Perez is pressing the sack button as hard as possible right now. He needs to get sacked. I know he's the president and all, but Perez has landed himself in this predicament by letting Ronaldo go and bringing through managers. This will be his second manager he'll have sacked already. What do you make of Christian Eriksen as a footballer? He's a wonderfully talented footballer, as he. I think you'll probably see him leave Spurs in the summer. He's got 1 year left on his contract when this season's over. If Spurs can convince him and time them to a new deal, then, brilliant for them, because Christian Eriksen's a tremendously talented footballer. I've seen him rip Ireland apart in the qualifiers. I've seen him do it in the Premier League as well. I mean, I've no hate towards players. I always give my honest opinion. I think Eriksen's quality, as I think Son is. I'd love Son at Liverpool, actually. I'm not even going to lie. Can you imagine had Oxlade-Chamberlain not been injured? Look, we'll get him back, Cape Town Muslim. And you know what? He's only 25 years of age, so there's a lot more to come from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I cannot wait to see him develop even further at Liverpool. Claire, how are you, my friend? Great to have you in. Favourite player of all time in Haloko is Suarez. Currently love VVD and Trent. Great choices, mate. Yeah, I love them 3 as well. Love Luis Suarez, but mine's Fowler, but I do love Suarez. What's the beef on Klopp and Shaqiri? Isn't really much of a beef, Claire. So I'll read it back out for you, because I know you're again a regular who deserves to be kept up to date. Former Reds player Stevie Nicol has had a go at Jurgen Klopp over his treatment of Sheridan Shaqiri. Nicol said, "I'd love to know what Shaqiri has done wrong. I can't believe Origi started. I can't believe that Origi started out wide. And I can't believe that after taking him off, he put on Adam Lallana before Shaqiri. I'm absolutely bamboozled of what he's done wrong. I thought he should have brought on Shaqiri against United. Instead, he brings on Daniel Sturridge." So that's it, Claire. It's just more on Steve Nicol's comment. The question really was tonight, does he have a point? Or is Jurgen Klopp perfectly within his rights to do what he's doing? I mean, he's the manager. October, I will catch up with you soon, buddy, and thank you as always for everything, for dropping in, for our fun chats on WhatsApp, and of course for looking after the account. PlayStation head out, and October will know what I mean by that. John Barnes, my favourite Red of all time. Oh, I love John Barnes. We just gave away 2 John Barnes pictures, 2 signed John Barnes photographs actually on Sunday. One to It's Alex, which is brilliant, and I'm sending them out tomorrow to the winners. And as I said, I'm waiting on one more thing to come in for me in the post that I've bought and ordered, and I'm hoping it arrives soon. And then we'll add another little giveaway as well. We're giving away the shirt, as you can see in the image, so that's getting given away next Wednesday. It's weird. Every person that's won the competition has picked the same shirt. It's nuts. I think we've given 4 or 5 giveaways with Score Draw so far this season. And as always, a huge thank you to scoredraw.com for their support of the channel. And Danny and the guys have been nothing but lovely towards us, and we do appreciate it. I know our subscribers have appreciated the shirts that they've won as well. So yeah, if you don't follow them, go over to Twitter and follow @ScoreDrawRetro. And by following them and subscribing to us, you go into that draw, and we're giving that away when the channel turns 1 year old next Wednesday after the Bayern Munich game. Hopefully we'll hit 10,000 subs by then. We've got 400 and something to go. Do keep hitting that subscribe button, guys, and liking the stream. Is it in multiple sizes? Oh, you get to pick. Mate, you can go onto their website and you can pick any retro shirt from that website. Whatever size, small, medium, large, extra large. I'm not even sure if it goes up bigger than that. But absolutely, it's available in any size you want. They'll post it out to you from their distributors, manufacturers, wherever it is the Score Draw post them from. And look on the site. If you just want to go on there and have a look, I'm telling you now. And they're official Liverpool Score Draw shirts, like they're licensed by the club. This is no fly by night outfit. They're all officially licensed merchandise. Like Score Draw are legit, and they're a fantastic company. I cannot recommend them highly enough. If any of our subscribers actually wants to go on and buy something on there and they want to get a discount, and I have to be clear, I'm always clear on these things. By me giving you this discount code, I and the channel get nothing from it. So I'm not giving it out to you guys to try and make money. We don't get a damn penny from this. I've just asked them to give me a code so you guys can get a discount on there. So if you want to go on there and order yourself something, I'm trying to put the code in here now. 1 second. If you put the code that I'm putting into the chat in now, it's 3SCORE10. That'll get you 10% off on anything on scoredraw.com. Tracksuit tops, jerseys, whatever you want on there. That code will get you 10% off on other products. Again, we don't make a penny from that. That's just something I asked the guys for our subscribers so we can get them a bit of a discount. What else we got? I'm not going through the KLOPP thing again, mate. I've gone through it 3 times on the stream so far. It's just basically about Nicol. Stevie Nicol reckons that he's been mistreating him. Poch might do a Rodgers and leave mid-season. Oh, I'd be amazed. With Spurs going into the new stadium and all, I mean, Real Madrid, they're going to come sniffing, you're right, Farshan. They're absolutely going to come sniffing. Will Pochettino go? I don't know. If I was a Spurs fan, I'd probably be a little bit worried. Do they do women's shirts and do they ship to Peru? I can't answer either of those questions, honestly, Claire. I cannot say I've seen a women's shirt, but I cannot say that they definitely don't either. But it's scoredraw.com. If you want to have a look, but I don't want to give you false information. Do you think Van Dijk will reach Ramos's level? Van Dijk is already better than Sergio Ramos, mate. Ramos is a fucking thug, whereas Van Dijk just oozes class. Now look, Sergio Ramos is a damn good defender, do not get me wrong. I'm not belittling his accomplishments. Sergio Ramos has won every major trophy that there is to win in his career. I despise the guy, but I also have to respect his achievements. But right now, Virgil van Dijk is a better defender than Sergio Ramos, in my humble opinion. And of course, everybody's entitled to their own opinions on this one, on anything. I think Pochettino will stay at Spurs. He's close to winning a trophy with Spurs than anywhere else. They got cool. I don't like that Spider-Man's villain is Mysterio. Why not a Rhino or Scorpion? I've got a damn clue what that's about. I've got a clue what that's about. Right, guys, on that absolutely bonkers comment about Spider-Man, I am going to bid you all good night. Totally agree, Van Dijk is currently the best defender in the world, from a United fan. Thank you, Marcus, for that one. Poch said he was 10 years away from winning the league with Spurs last week. Virgil was the new Hansen. Is there such a thing as a fair play award for a defender because Van Dijk is winning it? Well, there is a fair play award for clubs, isn't there? Whoever gets the least yellow cards, I think. I don't know how the system actually works properly. Craig, how would you know whether you've subscribed and followed their accounts? Because I'll check. Mate, that's how I know. Before I announce the winner, we go through and make sure that they've done both. So we go on to Score Draw, and I make sure that they've subscribed to the Score Draw account, and then I make sure I go through our subscribers and search, and I make sure that they've subscribed to us. Really straightforward, my friend. Because you can search on Twitter, I can look on anyone's account and see who they follow. Or I could just go and ask Score Draw to do a search if I get really lazy about it. Which I've never done, I've always gone through and looked. Right, difference between Ramos and Van Dijk. One's a total cheating wanker. Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about, Tom. Guys, look, as always, I'm going to say my good night to you. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll be back tomorrow at about 20 to 8 with a watch along of the Paris Saint-Germain versus Manchester United game, and then we'll be back at 10 o'clock for a regular late night show. Don't forget to drop a like on the stream before you guys head off, and of course if you haven't subscribed, please do that. Lots of love to you all. Thank you for your time this evening, wherever you are in the world. Appreciate you guys coming on. Take care of your families, tell your loved ones that you love them, and up the motherfucking Reds.